I'm Woody LaBounty with another San Francisco story. I'm in Golden Gate Park in the music concourse, and there's a wheel ride behind me that was set up to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Golden Gate Park in 2020. I'm not a fan. The wheel's tangential connection to park history is that a much smaller one operated here at the 1894 California Midwinter International Exposition, better known as the Midwinter Fair. The music concourse was created for the exposition, and there are still lots of relics you can find walking around here today. Like some of the benches still marked. The Dore vase. And this statue of the ancient Spartan king Leonidas. Recycling attractions and concessions from the 1893 Columbian Exposition in Chicago, which was way bigger. The Midwinter Fair was an attempt to showcase California and San Francisco as the new imperial city of the Western Sea. Lots of manifest destiny and racist garbage mixed in with some very pretty architecture and light shows. I guess you could say it was a fair that had something for everyone. Let's look at 10 interesting things from the 1894 Midwinter Fair. Well, interesting to me at least. Number 1, let's start with the stars of the show. The dances and performances of the Dahomey villagers were the big hit of both the 1893 Columbian Exposition and the Midwinter Fair. These men and women were subject to endless racist tropes in the press and likely in person, but given respect by a local black fraternal lodge who honored them with a celebratory banquet. Exemplifying the Midwinter Fair's blatant themes of white supremacy and expansionist ambition, the Dahomey's 300-year-old kingdom in present-day Benin was being overthrown in a war of colonization with the French the very year of the Midwinter Fair. Number 2, this lithograph gives some justice to the colorfulness of the fair buildings that black and white photos just don't. The Midwinter Fair actually had a director of color, and the overall scheme was meant to reflect California's climactic conditions. Let's go inside the Manufacturers and Liberal Arts Building for number 3. One of the many over-the-top commercial exhibits inside was the H. Liebs & Company $1 Million Fur exhibit. Wallpaper made of furry animals, clothing made of furry animals, rugs made of furry animals, and furry animals made into side tables. As I said, this fair had something for everyone, something perhaps to offend everyone. The Mechanical Arts Building stood roughly where today's Academy of Sciences is. In addition to exhibits on generators, mining equipment, and mineral collections, the building served double duty by housing the steam plant that powered the entire fair, including the first wheel ride in the park, which is visible here on the left. Number 5. Opposite was the Horticulture and Agriculture Building. What better way to demonstrate California's fertility than to make sculptures of the state's agricultural bounty, like a knight in armor made of prunes or an elephant made of walnuts. Number 6. Next door was the Fine Arts Building, one of the only fair buildings intended to be permanent when it was constructed. This was the ancestor of today's De Young Museum. As Egyptology was all the rage, it was designed to look like a pharaoh's tomb. The Santa Barbara County building went with something similar, as did a hoochie coochie dancer concession. Number 7 is the ugliest fountain ever created by human hands. A ham-handed allegory of the state, it had mining sluices, cacti, grizzly bears, sea lions, and cornucopia plastered all over it. And if you still didn't get the message, the words California, land of sunshine, fruit, and flowers were stuck at the top. Number 8 is Dante's Inferno, a thrill ride in which you entered through the mouth of a dragon's head to walk through a dark cave with red light bulbs and be poked by the pitchforks of staff in devil costumes. How come we didn't bring this back for the park's birthday instead of that wheel ride? Number 9 is an homage to Achille Filon, the performer who entertained fairgoers by walking atop a giant globe 50 feet in the air and then maneuvered it down a narrow spiral track to the ground. What a stud! We wrap up with number 10, Bonet's Electric Tower. A third of the size of the Eiffel Tower, it had Paris beat with a programmed light show and a spotlight so powerful that it was claimed one could read a newspaper at 3rd and Market Street by its beam. Electric light was still new and exciting and a main attraction of the Midwinter Fair overall. That's it. There's lots more about the 1894 Midwinter Fair, lots of writing, lots of photos. I'll tell you where they all are if you go to sanfranciscostory.com and sign up for my weekly email. Is that a deal? It's a deal. All right, I guess it's time for me to try this Ferris wheel thing. How much are the tickets? $18? Never mind.